study about signal flow graph from module 2. In this video, I will cover the following topics. First, introduction to signal flow graph and its fundamentals, performance equation with examples, then the terminologies used with examples. During the previous lecture, we discussed about the block diagram reduction technique by applying the rules and finally calculating the transfer function. Similarly, signal flow graph is an alternate method to block diagram representation which is developed by Samuel Jefferson Mason. A signal flow graph consists of a network in which nodes are connected by directed branches. The symbol of the signal flow graph is as shown here, in which the nodes represent the signals and the branches represent the systems. Every transmission function in a signal flow graph is represented by a branch. Branches are always unidirectional. The arrow in the branches denotes the direction of the signal flow. The most important advantage of the signal flow graph is the flow graph gain formula, which is also called as Mason's gain formula. It depicts the flow of signals from one point of a system to another and gives the relationship among the signals. So let's have a comparison of block diagram and the signal flow graph. In case of a block diagram reduction technique, at each step the block diagram is to be redrawn. Hence it is a tedious method and wastage of time and space. But in the case of a signal flow graph, there is no necessity to redraw the signal flow graph and the transfer function can be calculated very easily using Mason's gain formula. So the time and space can be saved. The next topic is about fundamentals of signal flow graph. Every variable in a signal flow graph is represented by a node. An input node or source contains only outgoing branches. Example, node X is said to be an incoming node, that is input node, if it has only outgoing branches. As shown here, input node X, if it has only the outgoing branches, we can call it as input node. An output node or sink contains the incoming branches. For example, if I take a node Y, if it has only incoming branches, then I can call it as an output node. Let's consider a simple example given here and draw its signal flow graph. We are given with an equation y is equal to ax, in which y represents the output and x represents the input and a represents the branch gain. Branch gain is the gain associated with each branch. So let's try to draw the signal flow graph. Y represents the output node and it has to be drawn in the right side corner, and we have an input node X and we have a branch which is moving towards Y from X with the branch gain A, and the arrow mark specifies the direction of the flow of the signal. Here from node X, a branch is moving towards node Y with a branch gain of A. To find the value of the variable, consider only those branches entering towards the node and not those branches leaving the node. Let's write the performance equation for the simple signal flow graph shown here. We have three nodes x1, x2 and x3 with branch gains t12, t23 and t32. With respect to the variable x3, we have only one incoming branch with a branch gain t23. Hence, we can write the performance equation as x3 is equal to x2 times of t23. Similarly, with respect to node x2, we have two branches which is moving towards x2. Hence, the mathematical expression can be written as t21x1 plus t32x3. That is, from node x1 with a branch gain of t12, a branch is reaching x2. And from node x3, we have a branch gain of t32, which is moving towards x2. So let us take a simple example. Draw the signal flow graph for the set of linear algebraic equation given below. Number 1, x2 is equal to t12 x1 plus t32 x3. Number 2, x3 is equal to t23 x2 plus t43 x4. Number 3, x4 is equal to t24 x2 plus t34 x3 plus t44 x4. And finally, xy is equal to t25 x2 plus t45 x4. So to draw the signal flow graph, first we have to identify the number of nodes in the given linear algebraic equation. It's very clear that we have 5 nodes here, x1, x2, x3, x4 and x5. First, let's represent the 5 nodes x1, x2, x3, x4, x5. Then let us look into equation number 4, in which we have 2 branches which is moving from node x2 and x4. So from node x2, I have a branch gain of t25 which is reaching node x5, as well as from node x4, I have a branch gain of t45 which is reaching x5. Parallelly, let's draw in the signal flow graph. From node x4, we have a branch gain of t45 which reaches x5. Moving on to the third equation, with respect to node x4, we have 3 branches which is moving towards x4. That is from node x2, from node x3 as well as from node x4. So from node x2, we have a branch gain of t24 which is moving towards x4. And then from node x3, we have a branch gain of t34 which is reaching x4. And finally, from node x4 with a branch gain of t44, it is again moving towards the same node. We call this loop to be as a self loop. Moving on to the second equation, with respect to the mathematical expression x3, subjected to the node x3, we have 2 branches which is moving towards x3, that is from the node x2 and from the node x4. So let's plot the graph as from x2, we have a branch gain of t23 which is moving towards x3, and we have a branch gain of t43 from node x4 which is moving towards x3. The first equation, x2 is equal to t12 x1 plus t32 x3. Let's plot the graph. With respect to node x1 and x3, we have 2 branches which is moving towards x2. So from x1, a branch is moving towards x2 with a branch gain of t12. And from x3, we have a branch gain of t23 which is moving towards x2. And this is the procedure to be followed to transform the linear algebraic equation in a form of a signal flow graph. Let's try with the next example. Draw the signal flow graph for the set of linear algebraic equation given below. You're given with 5 set of linear algebraic equation. x2 is equal to x1 minus x6. x3 is equal to g1 x2 minus h1 x4 minus h2 x5. And x4 is equal to g2 x3 minus h3 x6. And equation number 4, xy is equal to g3 x4, and equation number 5, x6 is equal to g4 xy. So we can clearly identify that we have 6 nodes starting from x1, x2, x3, x4, x5 and x6. Let's represent the nodes first. x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6 nodes has been represented, and we have x1 as the input node and x6 as the output node. So let's plot the graph for the fifth performance equation. So the output node is x6 and we have a branch gain g4 from node x5. Then with respect to equation number 4, subjected to node x5, we have a branch gain g3 from x4 towards x5. Then moving towards equation number 3, subjected to node x4, we have 2 branches moving from nodes x3 and x6. So with respect to node x3, we have a branch gain g2 which is moving towards x4. Then from the node x6, we have a branch gain of minus h3, that is a negative feedback, which is moving towards x4. From equation number 2, subjected to node x3, we have three branches moving from x2, x4 and x5. So for the first term, from node x2, we have a branch gain g1 which is moving towards x3. And from node x4, we have a negative feedback minus h1 which is moving towards x3. And finally, from node x5, we have a branch gain of minus h2 towards x3. Then the first equation, which is subjected to node x2, the coefficient of x1 we have here is 1, so the branch gain is unity. Hence, from node x1 to x2, we have a unity gain. And then from node x3, x6 towards x2, we have a gain of minus 1. So you can take this problem as a homework, and let's discuss the answer for this homework in the next session. You can make a note of this homework, and let's discuss the answer for this homework in the next video. In this slide, we are going to analyze few of the terminologies used in the signal flow graph with a simple example. So we have here 4 nodes x1, x2, x3, x4 with different branch gains. So it is very clear that the input node is x1 and the output node is x4. Let's get introduced to a few of the terminologies. A path. A path is a continuous unidirectional succession of branches along which no node is passed more than once. That is x1 to x2, x2 to x3 and x3 to x4 can be called as a path, or it can be x1 to x2 to x4, or it can be x2 to x3 to x4. Whereas a forward path is a path from the input node to the output node. That is, it has to start from the input node x1 and it has to end at the output node x4. Then we can call it as a forward path. Example, x1 to x2 to x3 to x4. And we have another path here from x1 to x2 and then x2 to x4. It starts from input node and it's ending at the output node. Hence, we can call it as a forward path. Then we have an important terminology called as a feedback path or a feedback loop. A feedback path or a feedback loop is a path which originates and terminates on the same node. In this example, from node x2 to x3 back to x2 is a feedback path. From x2 to x3 back to x2, it's called as a feedback path. A self-loop is a feedback loop consisting of a single branches. That is, in this example, from the node x3, we have a branch which is again reaching back the same node x3, and we can call it as a self-loop. That is, A33 is a self-loop. The gain of a branch is the transmission function of that branch. The path gain is a product of branch gains encountered in traversing a path. That is, the gain of the forward path starting from x1, x2, x3, x4 is the product of all the branch gains. We have 3 branches starting from x1 to x2 to x3 to x4. So the path gain P1 can be given as product of all the branch gain. That is, the first branch gain is A21, the second branch gain is A32, and the third branch gain is A43, which is subjected to the path P1, which has been highlighted in the red color line. So P1 is equal to A21 times of A32 into A43. And we have another path here, that is a forward path starting from x1 to x2 towards x4, and the path gain can be given by the product of the branches A21 and A42. The loop gain is the product of the branch gain of the loops. That is, the loop gain of the feedback loop from x2 to x3 back to x2 is a product of again the branch gains. So we have 2 branches here, A32 and A23. Hence the loop gain L1 is given by A32 times of A23 and the self loop gain L2 is given by A33. The most important terminology here is to analyze and identify the non-touching loops. Two loops are said to be non-touching if they have no nodes in common. So in this example, we have two loops starting from x2, x3 back to x2 as well as a self loop x3 in which the two loops are sharing a common node x3. Hence, we don't have any non-touching loops. The next terminology is with respect to the same non-touching concept with respect to a loop and a path. A loop and a path is said to be non-touching if they have no nodes in common. Let's take this example in which we have two nodes and these two nodes will be touching the first forward path. Whereas if you consider the second forward path, the self loop with a branch gain of A33 is not sharing a common node with the forward path x1, x2 towards x4. Hence, we can say that the second forward path and the self loop are not touching with each other. Having these ideas in mind, let's discuss in the next lecture about Mason's gain formula through the systematic approach. Thank you.